Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of The Killer's Game. This movie is directed by J.J. Perry, who previously directed The Tournament and Day Shift. This movie stars Dave Bautista, Sofia Boutella, and Ben Kingsley. Now, the plot of this movie is Dave Bautista plays an assassin named Joe Flood, and he's very good at his job. He's been doing it for quite a while. And then he meets this woman, played by Sofia Boutella, and they fall in love. Well, everything's going great for Joe, until he's diagnosed with a very rare disease. And so because of this, he decides that he's going to have a contract put on himself. So now all these hitmen and women are coming after Joe. And when his girlfriend gets involved in the mix, then things become a lot more dangerous. Now, going to this movie, the trailer had me sold. I was like, this looks like a bunch of silly, action-packed fun. It reminded me of Smokin' Aces or Artemis Hotel and John Wick. It's going to be a bunch of people, shooting at each other, martial arts, violence, maybe some hot women, stuff like that. So I was going to see this movie, and I was curious how Dave Bautista was going to be in his first leading man role outside of, Army of the Dead. So I was intrigued. Well, having seen the movie, I can say that this movie was fun. It wasn't great, but it was fun, and isn't that the point of it? And just know going in that director J.J. Perry is also a martial artist, so if there's anything he's been involved with in the last 25 years or so, since 96, I think, if there's any martial arts in it, he's probably been involved. And this man's, network expands to the Mortal Kombat movies and TV shows, the best of the best movies, Daredevil, a couple Jason Statham movies, a whole bunch of stuff. Look him up. So this movie's not going to be incredibly rich with story. It's going to be mostly focused on fighting and martial arts. And so that's what this movie is. As far as the acting goes, Dave Bautista's good as Joe Flood, a guy who's kind of juggling, by daytime, he's an assassin. By nighttime, he's a boyfriend. He's a lover of Sofia Boutella. And their relationship is really cute. There's a nice montage that juxtaposes their relationship with him taking out these hits. Also, Ben Kingsley's in this. And he's kind of Joe's, not manager, but handler. He's kind of above Joe, and he gives him the assignments and stuff. He's really nice. Ben Kingsley's always nice to see and hear. He's more comedic. Not Love Guru comedic, but he's got some nice scenes in this film. The movie also co-stars Terry Crews is an assassin, Pom Klementieff, who played Mantis in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She's in this as well. She gives out assignments. This movie also has Drew McIntyre, WWE wrestler, and Scott Adkins. They play these Irish brothers that their Irish is so thick that they use subtitles to interpret what they say, which is funny. And this movie, all in all, is John Wick meets Bullet Train meets The Losers. It definitely feels like a comic book movie. Everyone is over the top. Everyone has their own persona, their own, gimmick, if you will. There's two strippers that are assassins. There's Terry Crews, who's a ladies' man who drives a really nice car. There's this dancer named Botas, who uses, these spurs. There's the two Irishmen. There's this Asian group that's pretty funny. So yeah, everyone, they have their gimmicks in this movie. Some of the fight scenes are really cool. A lot of them are really violent. The storyline, again, isn't too strong. Once all the assassins start coming after Dave Bautista in the second act, then the movie gets going. It's when it gets to the third act where you have all these assassins converge on him that, because there's so many characters, you can't designate everyone an equal amount of time, and you kind of have to dispose of some of them quicker than others. And then there's a church scene later on that kind of halts the movie for a little bit, and so the movie's build-up was good. The plot was quite interesting. But the wrap-up and the finish of it is where the movie kind of falls apart for me. And then there's a character involved in the third act that's a driver for Terry Crews, who's super British, and he wasn't funny at all. He's a dumb character. This movie was enjoyable. It was fun. It wasn't great. it's enjoyable. If you like the movie Polar on Netflix with Mads Mikkelsen, a very over-the-top, violent, but also a movie about killers, I think you'll like this movie. Let's see. The martial arts was good in this. Scott Adkins and what's his name? Daniel Bernhardt. It was nice to see them in this movie, but they don't get a whole lot of time to show off their martial arts prowess, but that's okay. Scott Adkins these days is in a whole lot of straight-to-DVD movies, so you'll see him here and there. Again, this movie is fun, nothing too great. So because of that, I'm going to give The Killer's Game a B-. So until next time, guys, see ya.